Hello.
That intro is just
Why are we trying to fix something that's not broken? I love that intro.
My God, that's a loud intro.
I do like it too.
We got to get people's attention as soon as we get started. We just got to get people's attention.
Yo, so let me tell you real quick. Last night was so crazy for me, right? So I got off of work even a little bit early, and then had to go meet up to do kind of like a parent teacher conference, right, with my kiddo and my wife. So we got there, we went through the whole thing, got finished. I tried to even get my kid to come with me to take her home because I was like, I don't know that I'm going to go straight home. Anyway, we start driving around for a while. My wife and kid, they get on home, and then I pull over and I'm just kind of like, wonder what I want to do. And so someone ended up calling me and I was like, hey, just shooting the wind for a minute. And then I was like, I got a message here. What is this? And it was like, hey, are you still coming to the cake decorating class? And I was like, oh my gosh, it's late. And I'm already 20 minutes late. And I'm like, I'm rushing to get there. Okay. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry being that weird one late. I'm like, just ignore me. Just keep going.
And you were making the most noise.
It's a very small room and I'm a big guy. So, besides the instructor, which I appreciated, I was the only other guy there. But I was like, I'm going to do this and we're going to do this. So I got to.
You're the bull in the china shop.
Hey,
I don't know if you can see that well.
It looks better here.
So I made a cake and decorated with flowers. I don't think you can tell that they're flowers right now, to be honest with you. But I put flowers all over the top of this thing. And
looks like
John.
Something.
It's something, Henry. All right. I'll give it that much. Well, then I realized 20 minutes before the end of class, I was late for another appointment. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. So I had to rush home to help get this. I thought it was a little shelf. It was this massive shelf that a friend of mine put on his trailer by himself. And I was like, I am not making it right.
You were the one that was supposed to help out, and you failed in that area.
I was failing at being on time last night.
So do you not have those things in your fancy phone?
Okay, so hold on.
Me.
All of that reminds me, I didn't tell y'all, I bought tickets in advance to go see a comedian. And there we were Saturday. I'm like, man, we don't have anything to do. Just sitting out there on the patio. And then Eric's like, we have tickets to go see comedian John Christ, whatever his last name is. And we missed it.
Totally.
And you remember you're just chilling outside?
We're just chilling. And anyway, Eric's like, we still have time. I'm like, by the time we get dressed, because he's like, you can go. No, you cannot go looking like this, Eric. You can just.
Sandy couldn't.
Eric's like, what's wrong? I'm like, it's at the Buddy Holly Center. It's new. You dress up to go there. Anyway, we didn't end up going. It was awful. I was so upset.
Did you get refunded on your tickets?
Did they refund for Damassery? I didn't know. That's a thing.
You can at least ask.
What did you say?
Do they refund for Damassery? That was total idiot on my part. Gosh.
I'm really running through my Rolodex in my head. I'm thinking, Damastery. What's Damastery?
Yeah, keep that one in there.
Yeah, it's like Damascus blades.
Yeah.
Whatever
that is.
Anything fun happening with you, Brian, or
I
you,
like
Joe?
running through the Rolodex. I think that's That's a reference that
Speaking of throwback, Brian,
people would even get.
Everyone's like,
Rolodex. They'd be like, well, yeah, my
How
parents.
many people were actually like, yeah, I know what he's talking about, though. I think there's more.
Used to have one.
Yeah.
For their phone numbers. Like,
Joe, so Brian, I used to work with Joe at this place, and he had one. He would roll that little thing and be like, "Here's their number. Call them right here." And it was at the corner of his desk. It was over at Gemini, Joe.
Oh yes, I did.
Yeah,
I had one when I first started at Farm Bureau back in 2002.
I would have people's business cards in the thing.
You know what's so cool about talking about some of this stuff? I'm gonna save it for later. Never mind. We'll get there eventually.
Not much going on with me. I worked today. That was a lot of fun. I am a remote employee, so always
nice.
In the IT world,
the marketing world.
Oh, okay.
Do you like being remote, Brian?
It gives me a lot of time to work on social media. So yeah, don't let my company hear you.
Don't let the bosses know, right?
Say that, but yep.
I'm fully.
I'm working 100% on whatever they want me to work on.
Right.
I need more time at work to finish stuff.
Tick what? I don't even know that.
I didn't even have that. I don't even have that.
What is that? That's crazy.
That guy looks just like me, but it's definitely
right, but it's not.
Definitely not me.
Yeah.
Other than that, there's like the usual. Bought a couple bookshelves at IKEA. Built those the other day. That was fun.
Like a million parts.
I'm really good at building IKEA.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I don't want any big oak furniture. I don't want anything that weighs more than 20 pounds. I just want to be able to move that particle board wherever I want to go.
I put the plastic together right here so I could get all that up there. So yeah, I get it.
Yeah, it's so like I've become really good at building IKEA. There's one close to us, so like we just
see
all the time.
The closest one for us is 5 hours away. So
see that's probably it.
I think mine's about 45 minutes away.
They have incredible speakers too. They just got these new Sonos speakers that are like they're like IKEA and Sonos collaboration.
Oh, they're bookshelves or bookends.
Yeah, bookshelf speakers, and I just set them up on my home theater system. And I'm like, these things are great. Like they sound really good.
So it's funny that you mentioned that. One of my I work for a very large company, and at the company, someone's trying to sell some of those Sonos speakers. They're like $250. He's like, never used.
You tell them $25 and I'm
maybe eBay.
Yeah, I was like,
$25. I'll take him right off his hand.
5 doll hairs and you got a deal.
We got a deal.
I was trying to buy a microphone recently on eBay, and the microphone didn't sell. So then I reached out to the guy, and it was a $200 microphone. And I was like, $150, dude. I'll give it to you right now because it didn't sell. And he's like,
did he take it?
He's like, no.
Oh man!
I was like, well,
dude, I'll buy it right now for $150. Like,
right.
Brian, I was trying to sell something on Craigslist back in the day, and the guy was some Ray-Ban shades, as a matter of fact, and then they were like $65 right now, and I'm like, no, I don't want to go that low, and they were like, what would Jesus do? And I'm like, how you gonna try to guilt me with Jesus?
Jesus would wear Tommy Bahamas.
Yeah, Jesus would know better.
That's hilarious. I didn't know they did that to you,
I share it every now and then. It pops
That's
up on
crazy.
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
Jesus will not be materialistic, first of all.
With the Jesus flex on you.
They're really going for it,
Brian, go back and reach out for that mic and ask him what would Jesus do.
I will do that.
Right, definitely.
I'll hit him with
Let
the
him know.
WWJD. I'll send him a bracelet.
So I have a request out of everyone out there. Look, okay. Free Comic Book Day is coming up on May 7th.
That's right, baby.
Are you into comics, Brian?
Dude, come on. What do I
He's
look
like, do you even know me, bro?
Can I? Okay, I always do.
I got friends who own shops. I got friends who are in the game. I got.
I'm looking for 2 new locations to buy from.
Thanks for being on, Brian.
I normally like to showcase new comics that I get, but I wasn't going to do it tonight. But now that I know you collect,
oh my god,
I want to show a few that just came in the mail today. Okay,
this is just the Jamie show.
It's just got to be. All right, look, Sandy, you'll love it. I promise.
Oh,
Boom.
No.
Isn't
Yes,
it
you're
looking?
right. Joe, get out here.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's
Beautiful
the
art.
one.
Very nice.
Yes,
That's
it's a
iconic
Jubilee
art.
cover. This is Jim Lee. So I've been looking for this cover. Yep. And then I got, this killer Ghost Riders.
That's a nice. Those are alternate. Those are variant.
No, this one's a variant. Yes. Yeah. This one is Ghost Rider Path of Tears.
He's speaking the language.
Look at that. Look at that. That's a good looking cover.
I got friends in the industry. Like they're all.
So I've been on a kick trying to collect all of Michael Turner's art.
Yeah, right.
And so someone
one?
had this one for me. It's a Michael Turner Justice League of America cover.
Yeah, that's why I wanted it.
Anyway, I am glad to know that there is a fellow comic collector here in our midst, and so it makes me super proud. So, but here was what I was getting to real quick. Free Comic Book Day. You only get 3 free comics on this day. If you dress up or cosplay, as I say, you get 6 comics. I am trying to dress up as someone, Bruno from Encanto, and I cannot find the fabric to make his little poncho. So if anyone anywhere is watching this and you've got some help you can give me, Free Comic Book Day is on May 7th. I'd like to go as Bruno. All I need is that green poncho. I can get the brown shirt and pants, and then I'm going to tape some rats to my back.
You can get brown pants at Goodwill.
Wait, what the?
Yes.
You can't find them. Isn't it just like canvas? It's not canvas.
Probably hasn't looked, Brian.
It's like
I probably haven't looked.
It's a rug. It's basically a rug.
Yeah, he's wearing like a straight up blanket that like every grandma has. You know what I'm saying?
But that would be okay. It's just the hood part. I need the hood part because I'm also thinking about buying a wig. So I have the like you. I'm not blessed as you, Brian. So I can't have the curly, beautiful, wavy hair.
Wait a minute, Brian. Take the hat off. Or is it one of those hats with the hair on it?
Imagine, that'd be hilarious. Hold on, now I have to prove it.
No, now he's gonna show us.
Wow!
Hey, look at that! Get it?
And no extensions.
Brian,
Snap.
2 years ago today, Jamie said he loathed men with man buns. Do you wear a man bun?
Do I wear a man bun?
Yes. No, he does.
Have you watched any of my videos? I have a man bun in every single one.
You have a ponytail. You have a ponytail just wrapped up in the back.
No, so the guy.
Don't.
The guy on the phone with the shades.
So speaking of which, Brian, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
So I am Brian Blackmore. I am what some people would call a jack of all trades, master of none. I do a lot of things on the internet, but I am most known for a TikTok character who up until like recently didn't really have a name, but his name is Rich Richards.
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you answered that.
Yep,
we'll get to that later. Okay.
And he is the CEO of everything. He's the CEO of nostalgia. When the top guy needs to call the top guy, they call Rich Richards.
We have
Rich
a fan.
Richards.
It's Rich Olds.
Oh, Rich. Oh, I love it. Alex, you and I both. Okay.
Henry says he has pictures too.
Pictures of Rich Richards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Do you buy mystery? No, John. Sort of. Well, I'll answer that another time.
Sort of. You got to get. You never know what you're gonna get.
You really don't.
So yeah, that's what I do. That's what has kind of taken off in the past couple of months. Nostalgic theme songs, bringing people back to their childhood, making people smile.
Brian, you had me like almost in tears. Like every single one that I watched, I was the psycho, and I'm like about to cry. Remembering getting home off of that bus and running to watch
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, DuckTales,
you name it.
I have always been someone who has stuck very closely to and paid very close attention to pop culture. I've loved pop culture for as long as I could walk. I mean, I was holding dance competitions for myself in front of my parents. Like everything,
you would fit
anything that was
perfect
cool.
in my house, Brian. Yeah. You can come and be a piña anytime over here because you would be. You wouldn't even be a stranger here.
Cool, anything that was like now, like TRL. When TRL was on, I was hooked on TRL. I would record stuff on my parents. I record over my parents, like Phil Collins. And then they would get mad, but You know,
It's only got 4.7 million likes, y'all. Only.
Only. Yeah, so I want you guys to think about any of like what Brian was saying, nostalgia. So anything that from your childhood that you love to watch, play in terms of video games or TV shows or anything like that. And Brian has quite an impressive collection of videos where he is playing either the theme song or I guess we call it maybe a chime.
The
chimes
sound,
of things.
Yeah. Some of the sounds that have really kind of dug their hooks into your brain, like sounds that you hear and you could immediately go, I know that sound, like the ring, like the ring sound from Sonic. You know, like everyone knows that.
The sound. PS2 startup theme, or the PS1. That one was epic.
Yep. John Harville says analog or digital. I'm not sure what analog.
I know, that's what I was wondering.
What are we talking about?
So, okay, I want to continue and asking you some more questions of this. There's something that I need to say because it has been welling up inside me since you sent it to me, Brian. Yeah. I called Joe and Sandy and was like, oh my freaking gosh, you gave me the links to your Spotify. Mm-hmm. I pulled those up and I was going through my list and then I just was like, I took a bunch of the songs from both of the accounts he sent me and I just said, add to queue, add to queue, add to queue, add to queue, add to queue. And it's playing, and there are points where I was kind of like, I was in the middle of stuff, and I just kind of forgot, and I was like, this song isn't in my queue. Where did I get this? Or isn't in my list? I was like, where did I get this from? I was like, this is pretty dope, though. And then the next song, and I was like, and then I had to go look at my phone. I was like, Brian Blake? What? Blackmore? I was like, and I kept listening to your music, and Brian, holy gee, you told me it was like funny songs or something like that, and I'm listening to them, and I don't know if I got the wrong Brian Blackmore, but I don't consider those funny, man. Those things were awesome, Brian.
Thank you. So White Kid Spits Fire. I am a very white kid. White Kid Spits Fire is a comedy, but started as a comedy rap project. Started as just like me kind of like joking and like, I want to make rap songs, but like no one's going to take this kid seriously. So like White Kid Spits Fire, it's fun. And I released like 2 albums, a bunch of singles under that, like, and I just kept going with that. So some of the songs in there under White Kid Spits Fire are a little bit more like, I guess there were times in my life where like that was the only artist profile that I had on Spotify. So like I would kind of create an album and like some of them would be funny. Like you've got like the hot sauce addiction on there, which is my, me rapping about my love of hot sauce. And then you've got other stuff on there that's like, this is early in my production kind of world too. So like the production on there is not always great on some of those songs. But there are some like serious ones on there too. There's like ones about like, like breakups and like, being lonely and like all that kind of stuff under White Kid Spits Fire, which probably shouldn't be, but.
Well, I was just like, this is some like break.
Some of it's a little dark.
Like all of a sudden I was going through things. I was like, dang. Like
so I think the
like,
start,
did I break up?
The start of the album Since I Was 10. This is great. Like this is great for just insight in case anyone, I don't even know if anyone wants to know this, but the start of Since I Was 10, which is the album, the second album I think I released, like the sophomore album. Oh wait, no, that might be the first one. The second one is the hot sauce addiction. The start of that album is me, and this is like all done with my like, very low level knowledge of sound design back when I was younger. Is me daydreaming, right? So there's like this whole thing of like there's a whole crowd and they're chanting Brian, 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 and then you hear this voice cut through this crowd. This person going, Brian, 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 what's the answer to the question? And that has been my, it's a teacher. And I go, I don't know. And the whole class laughs at me. And that's been my experience in life. Like I was diagnosed with ADHD from like a really young age. So I've always been a kid who is lost in thought. You know what I'm saying? I've always been lost in the bigger picture. And like, I want to go, I want to create the worlds that I want to create. So I've never been concerned too much with things like school and that kind of stuff. So that was kind of my way of putting that out there, is like, you know, when other people were worried about, you know, what their math homework was going to look like, I didn't care. And I was not great. I was not great in school, but I already knew as a kid. Like I'm good. I already know what I want to do. I want to create. I want to entertain, and I want to make people happy. And that's.
And
what grade did you say that was in?
Well, so that was. I mean, the creating of that album was probably. It's got to be 10 years ago now.
So since I was 10, it says it came out 2016.
2016. So
yeah.
What is that? Deep math, you guys. I didn't.
Oh, 6 years.
6 years ago?
Don't ask me to math.
Don't ask me to math.
Joe's the math guy.
I'm the Asian of the show. So
right. Get your calculator out, Asian.
How it works.
Didn't say that.
So 6 years ago. So that actually is. It feels like forever. So that was me kind of taking my experience, my lived experience in 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th grade, and just kind of turning that into like an intro to that album. I would actually have to. I could probably give you a breakdown if you really want a breakdown.
Well, I've got it up on the Spotify. I put the links up to White Kid Spitfire in the comments. So if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, you can click on that and it'll open Spotify for you so you can give it a listen to later. But that way,
yeah, keep in mind some of those are goofy. Some of them have not aged incredibly well.
Okay, so then tell us about Brian Blackmore, the profile on Spotify. That the music from that I feel was like. Holy crap, dude!
So
like,
the producer and I,
Blackmore is me. Brian Blackmore is the other half.
On the way home from dinner, we were listening to that song, and the producer was like, "Wow, this is actually pretty good." He's like, "That's your guest? You really getting someone that good on your show?"
So I told my kid, Brian, I was like,
"She's really good at backhanded compliments." So that's why she's
like you.
So I told my kids and the Joe and Sandy, I was like, I swear to gosh, this is like, it's like it reminds me of the Weeknd's Blinding Lights. Yes. I was like, as I'm listening to your music, I'm like, I feel like this is a whole neon experience as I'm listening to this. I feel like I'm listening to a neon experience.
I love
it. It was amazing, dude.
And the female in that song,
yeah,
was really good too. The "High When You're Gone" song,
yeah,
the female was really good.
Yep.
And I was like, I need to tell him he didn't give her any credit on this, so that we can.
Right.
She didn't have a Spotify. She doesn't have like a Spotify profile or anything. And you can't when you're in distribution. You need to be able to tag the other artist in their profile. So
okay, that's
she's only on that song. That's her only. That's her only thing. That was actually a friend's ex-girlfriend who was like, dude, I sing, like I can get down with this, and I'm like, all right, hop on the track, let's go. But yeah.
So was that song like a one and done, like you did it in one take kind of situation, or like
so that song "High When You're Gone" is kind of sexy. I think it sounds a little bit sexy.
Yeah, we thought it was R&B. She asked, "Is he black?" That's what the music asked. I was like, "Is he black?" I was like, I don't know.
She's gonna hit him. Watch.
Look at me. Like that's a huge compliment. You know, because I was not blessed with rhythm, unfortunately.
Yeah, because
I had to learn all of
talking about everyone, listen to me. Make sure you click on the Brian Blackmore link for the Spotify and give the songs a listen to. They're absolutely
great. They are
out of this world, amazing. Absolutely amazing.
So I think "High When You're Gone." I think "High When You're Gone" was made like during the like height of like quarantine, like being locked down. I think that was what was that 2020? Was that
released? It says 2020. Yep.
So 2020 that was released. So I was kind of I have synesthesia in a way where like I can kind of when I start to create, I start to see the picture in my head. I can kind of see what I'm making. So in this particular "High When You're Gone," I just imagine a like a bedroom with maybe a flowy, like like silk curtain, like the sunbeams
like,
are
I got
cutting
the
through.
video right here.
Right?
Y'all.
It's in my
Video's
it's like
right here.
You see, this is the thing with like ADHD is like sometimes it's like really cool, and then other times when people want you to like do real work, you're like, nah, dude, I'm good on
You're
that.
like, the curtain is still flowing, and you
Yeah.
have to work.
And
The
did you
light's
see
not
the
done
squirrel?
shining.
Did
What are
you
you
see the
talking
squirrel?
about?
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. Like the hyper focus and like the lack of focus, just is in constant flux. But that High When You're Gone song, I just kind of like imagine like it's like after like a maybe a hookup, maybe a one night stand. You're like you wake up and like I hung my jacket on your chair is the lyric in there, like stuff like that, where it's like you can see like maybe like the jacket is thrown on the chair and like I don't know. It just really kind of for me was I was just trying to create places for myself that were not this room. I was trying to create like different experiences and different stories because I like I like to come up with characters for these songs sometimes and just kind of put myself in their situation and create the song just based around that. So
the only thing I did not like about your music, Brian, is that there's only 6 songs out there.
Get it together, Brian.
I need you to
What were
release
you
some more
doing?
music.
Okay,
man.
so there's a new single. There's a new single.
What?
Yeah, hot for the social audition show. That I am working on a new single. It's pretty much done. I just need some really cool cover art, which I'm looking for at the moment. But this song is
like Scotty
also,
Young cover art, or
so I'm a big fan. If you couldn't tell, I'm a big fan of the '80s. I'm a big fan of
Yes.
neon. I'm a big fan of
We noticed the
synth,
synthesizer sound.
hazy atmosphere. Like I love
Laser lights.
Wind
pulling
laser.
through.
Yeah. Yep, I'm a big fan of all that
Hair.
stuff. Yeah, the hair. Well, like I draw influence from a couple different bands. One of them being a band called The Midnight, which is an incredible group. If you have not heard of The Midnight, go and give
Write
them a
that
listen.
down. The Midnight.
I got the Darkness comic book right over here somewhere. I don't know if that's close to it.
Well, the Darkness is a little bit more, I would say, hair metal. The Midnight is more like driving on a neon lit street, just a dark neon lit
Wild
street.
lit or
Palm
not
trees, like palm trees hanging over you, just Miami Vice, cigarette out the
Wow.
side,
Man, I'm connecting with everything he's saying
With your
about this.
jabots and rolled up pants.
You got the aviators on. You got the.
His Massimo.
Right.
Here's the thing, guys. I was born in '88, so
Oh, wow.
so
Oh
I
my
didn't even
gosh! Shut
experience
the
that.
front door. I don't
But I am experiencing it through music. Like I create.
So it's one thing for you to just say it, but you have been using it. So I'm
created
totally giving you.
fictional-
The,
you kind of create this fictional version of what the 80s is to you. Not that I think that the 80s was all like neon lights and not like Ronald Reagan and shit like that. Like
Economics.
like that's not I'm not going that into it. I'm just imagining like a place where I would want to be, a
Right.
cyber lit city with
Yeah.
neon lights and all that
yes.
kind of stuff.
I feel it.
So like you listen to Monsters,
Uh-huh.
which I really enjoyed creating. Monsters is a song kind of also in that like neon vein where like you're in your room, you're in like a closed space, and it's like I'm afraid of the dark. I'm 33. I'm not afraid to admit that. Like, dude, I hate the dark. I have my imagination is so crazy. It's just like it's the worst.
You're like,
be,
I don't like
in
to
the
go
dark.
to the dark part of my imagination. I like to stay in the neon
Well,
side,
I don't know
please.
what it is. I don't know what it is. Like I've tried to work through this many times where like I'm in the dark and I'm like I just hate this because I create scenarios and like just
And it's hard to
But-
show
okay,
that
I can
ADHD
visualize
brain
things very well, and that's
All right.
why I've always like had a problem.
Let's use that to pivot real quick.
Yeah.
I love the music and I want to come back to that, but I do want to talk about with what originally brought you here. So hearing everything you just said totally helps just see the creativity behind the videos that you make, Brian. It makes so much sense now.
They're called
Why they're so
TikToks.
excellent.
TikToks.
Is that what they are? Because I thought you told me you put them first
Well,
on
they're
Instagram.
TikToks and Reels. I kind of
okay.
think it's TikTok/Reels. Instagram only allows a minute. TikTok allows like up to 3 minutes. So if anyone's watching my Reels on TikTok, you only get a minute, and I can't tell you how many times people have been like,
Oh, wait, are there
"Well,
more?
you cut it
Are there
short."
longer?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why'd
he's
you cut
longer
it
on
short?
TikTok. I told you.
Somebody doesn't have a TikTok.
I need you to
Can
send me
guess
all
who
his
doesn't
videos,
have a
Sandy,
TikTok,
please, next
Brian?
time you can.
I sent you like 4 of them, and I'm like,
I didn't see that. When you mentioned that, I only saw one video.
oh.
I saw 2. I saw the one with the weird one, and then I saw his, and I was all like, I didn't see any more though. Anyway, so let's pivot to these videos. Everyone, if you haven't, I don't know, Joe, if you have the link, but if you can put it in the comments while I talk, or someone else.
So this one says, all I'm imagining is the 80s synth scene from The Simpsons.
I don't even know that one. I'm sorry.
I'm not afraid of the dark. I'm afraid of what's in the dark.
That's true, dude. I'm same.
That was deep.
Need another friend's ex-girlfriend to get down on the new track. I'm married, but John says he's watching you on YouTube right now.
Yep.
There's a lot of YouTube Brian Blackmore stuff. There's a lot of I've been creating since I was 15.
There's like this whole world of you out there. There is a Brian Blackmore world. I would say that there's a scattered Brian Blackmore fandom of people who come up to me randomly and are like, that one video you did in like 2010, crazy, dude. How do you know this? Like, where have you seen?
They have a Rolodex.
They
of Brian Blackmore's videos.
Exactly.
I can't wait to get to YouTube tonight and check you out on YouTube. I've been just rewatching all the Instagram videos like crazy. Because all right, so for those of you who haven't had a chance,
this guy's
go
so out of touch.
Listen, that's why I keep seeing videos because I'm not sure. I want to start telling people.
Encarnacion Gonzalez Jr. He's saying he old. Who's old?
Joe.
It's always Joe. It's always going to be Joe. But look, his videos, guys, listen, his videos, he comes in as an executive, snapping his fingers, telling people, and you always wait for the snap because he's so cool when he does it. And he's got his suit, he's got his shades on, he's got his cell phone, and he's telling people, he's telling his band or his, I don't know, we'll let him explain in a minute, but he's telling these people, hey, we need to make a theme song for this cartoon coming out, okay? And he gives this brief description of it. He tells them what not to do, and then the group ends up doing exactly what he said not to do. But because these theme songs are from old nostalgic cartoons, video games, and such, they're epic. But his reaction, the way Brian portrays all the different characters playing the instruments and singing, it's out of this world amazing. It's so fun to watch. So not just the music, but he's got smoke going off. He's got, the camera's going in and out. That blooper reel was hilarious, Brian. Oh, man. So real quick. You said that Richards was the executive name. Do all the other characters in the video have names too yet?
People have gone like in the comments. Sometimes I'll go down the comments and they'll be like, "That one is definitely Sven. The drummer is Sven," and this one is like, I haven't named all of the other people because in my fantasy, these are like, I don't really know the difference between them. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes the drummer's playing keyboards and sometimes the keyboard's playing the bass. Like it's just. I like to create kind of the characters in the moment, so these guys all might be different. It might be like a whole like Marvel universe of band members.
I like it. So I wish I could remember the very first video that I saw of you or how it even popped up. But okay, go for it, Sandy. Tell us.
The Reading Rainbow one. And so I never pay attention to lyrics. I have no idea what anything ever says. And then I finally, when I listened to yours and it was like Reading Rainbow, I'm like, those are the lyrics to Reading Rainbow. So, I mean, it just kind of like blew my mind. And I was like, that's what that song says. So thank you for clearing that up for me.
There was a hilarious comment on there. There's a really funny comment that sometimes the comments have like gold in them. So
yes,
I'll scroll through because there's some great stuff in there. Someone said, I like how this song starts by aggressively one-upping butterflies. butterfly and this guy, I could go twice as high. Like, yo, butterflies have trash ups. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get twice as high.
Yeah, man, it's an addiction to watch your videos because not again the nostalgia part. Like you're so right. Like you play on pieces for people who like it grabs us, and it's like, oh my gosh, I am experiencing something. It's kind of like what Sandy was saying at the beginning. When I watch your stuff and listen to it, I'm like, man, the door of memories are opening, and it's like, oh, I forgot I was hanging out with my little brother in the mornings on Saturdays doing this. You know what I mean? It's like, whoa.
Well,
And
I
so,
hadn't thought about Baloo the pilot. What's that cartoon?
Tailspin.
Tailspin,
Is it Tailspin?
Yep.
And I hadn't thought about that in 100 years. And then you took me way back, and I'm like, what? No way. I mean, I seriously Tailspin.
But here's the thing. Let me ask you this: when you get, you know, when you find that memory, whatever that memory is for you, like it brings you like a jolt of happiness.
It did. No, it took me way back.
Like
it
you
took me
find those,
home
you
eating donuts.
You find those like
Watching
those moments where like, and I think that this is one of the most important things about this, right? It is just a goofy video, right? It's just a goofy video on the internet. But the bigger picture is that like these make people feel good for a minute. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
They did. I
And
promise.
that to me, like I can die happy. You know what I'm saying? Like the only thing I've ever wanted to do with my life is to entertain and to allow people to be entertained by the stuff I'm doing. And
so the little intro that I wrote on here, Brian, was purposefully and heartfully meant for you. It's like you're bringing entertainment, you're bringing happiness, and you're bringing fun when you make those videos. Because you know, again, I don't want to get stuck on just like it's the music of the theme song or the sounds that you're playing, but you present it. Part of this whole thing is a presenter that brings it into play. Like I am thrilled to see your character. I'm thrilled to see Rich. I'm glad to know that he has a name. I'm excited to see Rich and his reactions and being like so you always add little bits from characters in the or you know aspects of the theme or the music or whatever into your dialogue, whoever you're talking with on the phone each time, right? So I love that part. And then but the professional, and even when the song is playing and your reaction to it, like when the butterflies buzzing around, you know, or when the bass is hitting hard on gargoyles and it's like you're flying away or something
gargoyles.
like that.
I completely forgot about that cartoon, and then he said, I was like, oh my gosh, gargoyles. Yeah, I'm serious. Like I was tripping when I was watching it. It just took me like to every phase of life when I was so awesome. Yeah,
I think the thing to remember is like I'm a lover of this stuff first. Like I am a lover of music. I toured with a band, you know, like right out of high school. So I didn't go to college. Once again, I'm like, I want to entertain. So right out of high school, I toured with a band called 2 O'Clock Courage. It was like a pop punk outfit. We played on.
They have a Spotify list too.
Oh yeah, 2 O'Clock Courage is a solid band, and the music on there is really good if you're into pop punk.
Let's put that in here.
Also, my vocals on some of those tracks too. I'm all over you guys. I'm everywhere.
Yeah, you are.
Like the 6 degrees of Brian Blackmore.
There's that seasoning that it was given.
CPJ, stop. I'm sorry, hold on. Stop the presses. Have you done one of those and I just haven't caught it yet, Brian?
What?
Thundercats?
No, I have not done Thundercats yet.
Please tell me that's on your radar soon.
It's on my. I have a huge list, you guys.
Oh my gosh!
I have a list of so many songs that people are like, do this. I like some of this stuff. I'm like, I don't even know what this is. I don't know like, but that doesn't mean that I won't do it. It's I just have to learn lyrics.
You just have to research a little bit.
So Yu Yu Hakusho, right? Which is you know an anime.
Yep.
I never watched as a kid.
Like, I didn't either.
You know, I didn't watch it. So what I will do is I stayed up till 2 a.m. one night learning the lyrics to this Yu Yu Hakusho song. There's a lot more that goes into it than like people once again think it's just like a short video. And while it is, there's preparation, there's joke writing. I sit there and write out those dad jokes for every single entrance.
What?
So every single entrance where, you know, Rich Richards walks in, I write all of those like little like puns and like little plays on words, like and I do that probably 50 times.
Oh, wow.
Walking
I
through the
respect you,
door
Brian.
and
I
making
respect
sure
you.
that every single one of those hits with the cadence that I want. So like the most recent one today, right, was Pokemon, which was kind of like a 200. I just hit 200,000 followers on TikTok.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Like 200,000
Wow.
follower,
That's
like
awesome, man.
like
I
because a
hit
lot of people asked for that.
20.
So I think the intro to this was, and I just did this. I used to play in a soul rock band when I was attending Star U. So soul rock is a Pokemon, right? Star U, and is the evolution of Starmie, or Starmie is the evolution of Star U, but Star U is another Pokemon. So I used to play in a soul rock band when I was attending Star U. I thought we were pretty Tentacool, which is another Pokemon. And then, but Weedle do that to you.
Oh, okay.
Which is just like, just cramming them in there, like just trying to hit as many as I can, because half of the audience says, I come here for the music, and the other half says, I come here for you walking through the door. Like, I come here for the puns. For the
isn't
the
that
bad
great?
jokes.
Like,
yeah,
you do this great performance to the music, but honestly, Richolds.
it's a stupid name. It's Rich.
No,
and
but
then,
it works.
And then because he's rich. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes,
his name is Rich Olds. Just rich and old and rich olds. Like,
it works though. But see, you created this
like
persona, but people
like
love it. People want to see him come on.
He's like he's every like boss you've ever had. He's every guy who like doesn't really care what you're doing too much. He's just like, I'm trying to make the money, like, yeah.
So, really important question. What brand of shades is it that Richolds wears? I really like those.
Do you like them? Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me see if I know where they are.
Those are amazing.
They are.
So I posted his TikTok in the comments. It's
okay. Thanks, Joe.
You should
Henry
be able to see it up there.
For as long as I've known Brian, he's always been a stand-up guy, always happy to make others happy, which has always been the one thing he loves to do. Yes, I need those in my life, Brian.
So here's the secret behind these.
Yes.
After seeing Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Yes,
they are Tony Stark.
These are Tony Stark Edith glasses.
Edith, there you go.
You can't buy them on eBay, or you can't buy them on Amazon, but you can buy them on eBay. So these are just eBay specials. Tony Stark Edith glasses.
These
are straight up the most like janky pair of sunglasses. The lenses are garbage. They are straight from China. Like
I love them so much.
So awesome.
But they look great on camera.
They do.
They just shine right. They have that right, like,
I was like, what?
They have that right reflection that is just like.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they add that little purple.
You know what I'm scared of? I'm scared of breaking these.
I'm scared
of not having another pair, because what if I can't find the same? When you order like random stuff online, you'll get.
You don't know if you're going to get the exact same item.
Order a backup pair, Brian. Not go on.
Or a whole box of them just to make sure, and insure them.
Insure them. I have actually reached out to a couple sunglass companies and been like, hey, I mean, all of my characters wear sunglasses.
Yes,
I've been trying to find
I want to get to that, but I want to
find someone who wants to sponsor all the sunglasses on my TikTok.
Okay, so Edith has some. I mean, Etsy has.
But those are clear.
They're clear. But I'm going to get those in case y'all are wondering.
So I have some more questions about. I want to get to in the videos, not just the glasses, but I want to get to the wardrobe. But before we do that, let's catch up on some of the comments, because I know that there were some questions that were one or two questions in there. I want to make sure we don't get too far away
there
from
with John Harwell.
I've got a successful podcast and I started posting to my YouTube. Any advice for me?
Yeah, I mean, so it's kind of tough. I actually just started producing a podcast myself.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it is a.
Is that Spotify also?
It's not mine. It's not my podcast.
Oh, you're producing it. Gotcha.
It is a book podcast called Shelf Pleasure. which was a pretty funny name.
That is.
Is that
And it is a
Self
smut
together.
and romance podcast where they do a new book every week, and it has to be a sexy book.
Book Talk has like blown
And yeah,
up.
that's exactly
Book Talk has blown
great.
up. It's so crazy.
They're great.
And all the
Blown
bookstores are like they're like seeing this big boom right now because everybody
there are
buys
some
again.
books. There are some books that like have come out in the past like weeks or whatever on Book Talk that are just it's insanity. It's insanity. Some of these romance novels. It's not just like long-haired, like
Fabio.
gentleman who's shredded.
Hello,
it's like,
Harlequin
it's
from
like
the 80s.
aliens. It's like crocodile men. There's like dragons. There's every dude. Look these books up. They're crazy.
These are these American
These are
authors?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh,
These
wow.
are but they're big. They're big booksellers. Like they're selling these romance novels now that are like.
How many of you guys watching are into romance novels? I'm just curious. Just taking a quick poll. Just throw it in the comments real quick and let us
Dude,
know.
my grandmother.
The
oh
Dragon's
my gosh,
Bride, I think, is
so
one.
many.
Ice Planet Barbarians is another one. I remember
my-
these. Ice Planet Barbarians. They're blue aliens.
I believe
You can
it.
imagine the rest.
Oh gosh.
Well, so back to her question. Did you have any advice about?
Oh yeah, my bad. You gotta start reviewing Ice
Squirrel.
Planet Barbarians. No, I think I honestly I have had many ventures. I've had many kind of different avenues that I've gone down, many kind of different things I've tried to create, and then been like, all right, that's not working. Now I'll go to this one. Just stick with it is really the thing. I hate saying that because I hear every single person say like, all you got to do is stick with it. But if you truly love what you're doing and it brings you joy, find those pieces of joy and share those pieces with people. Find the things that make you the most excited, because people love to see you like being excited about something. I think that's partially the reason why the stuff on TikTok works, is because it's a genuine feeling that I get listening to these songs and playing these instruments and stuff, and it comes through. So people know when you're being fake. They know when you're kind of putting on a show, and they know when you're being real. And I think that the duality between the character that I play and the musicians is that here's the character, and then look at the joy on his face when he's playing, guitar and stuff like that.
Yeah. So when
be
you say
genuine.
stick with it, do you have like do you feel like there's a time frame that you can tell people, hey, if you want, you know what I mean? Like, give it at least this amount of time. Do you have?
It's tough. So like I said, I've been creating content for a long time, more time than anyone would spend on it. You know what I'm saying? Like more time, like 15 years trying to find something that has hit. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to find something that works and that people want and that you can build up.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're willing to stick with it for that long, and you're willing to pivot when you feel like you need to pivot, and you're willing to go the distance and do whatever it takes to get to the next level, then yes, stick with it. But but you have to be honest with yourself too. If you realize you can't do that, and you're doing it because you want something that's a hobby and not necessarily like a full-blown career, then just realize that. You know what I'm saying? Just realize that like the following may not show up for something that you are not putting 100% of yourself into.
Solid
advice.
voice.
Sorry, Joe. That's bad news for him.
So John says he's not into romance novels, but he likes creating romantic images.
I don't know, John. I don't
What
know
does that mean?
I don't know what that means, dog.
I know John's a photographer, so do you mean like taking romantic photos, or do you mean like drawing and stuff?
No,
like
he's talking about photos.
that? Okay.
He did a couple.
I'm trying to get some romantic images done of me.
Right. You and your shade.
Like, I need.
You can catch my OnlyFans. Put the link in there, Jaime.
Jamie, hit us with the Brian's OnlyFans link. So CPJ gets
I'll be the first to sign up.
her glasses at the gas station.
Oh,
Raise the roof
okay,
for the
okay.
blue mirror pugs, y'all.
Dude,
She
you
introduced me to
you
those.
guys, I wish I could show you the. I have a full door hanger. It's a full door worth of sunglasses.
Do
It's
you
a
really?
full door of yeah. If you look at the videos, every single
Yes,
sunglass
they
is
all
different.
have- yeah.
Every single person is wearing a different pair of sunglasses.
Man, those
single...
sunglasses companies they're missing out.
They're
Aren't they?
That's
missing
what I'm
out right
saying,
now.
dude. I've reached out to
Dude.
3 sunglass companies. Like, yo, I wear more sunglasses than anyone you've ever met. Like, come in. I
So
changed
listen, this
sunglasses.
is part of the
more.
video where we're going to clip it out and be like, look, he really wears a ton of sunglasses. You're missing out on this guy, okay?
Right.
So just FYI.
Ray-Ban, hit me up.
Holler.
Right, exactly. Well,
And
they're
like
like,
Men in
he's
Black
only
has
got
been off
4
for-
million likes, so I don't know.
Right. How much
Right.
does he need to have, Ray-Ban?
Okay, well, any other questions over there, Sandy?
I don't see any, but you missed this comment earlier, Brian. Henry said, "For as long as I've known Brian, he's always been a stand-up guy, always happy to make others happy, which has always been the one thing he loves to do." How long have you known Henry? And where
I've
have you
known
been?
Henry for a long time. So Henry and I kind of grew up in the same pop punk scene in
Oh,
Connecticut. So Henry was going to shows. Henry's seen me play real instruments. Henry's seen me actually out there doing it. And right now, so I also own an event company called Emo Night Connecticut. And
Okay.
Henry works for me as a photographer.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
So emo music, for those of you who don't know, is early 2000s pop punk. Stuff like Panic at the Disco and Fall Out Boy and My Chemical Romance and like those,
I love My Chemical Romance.
those bands. So we have a whole night dedicated to that. Where
I'm digging that.
People show up and we have basically like a full on concert DJ'd by me, and you know the other crew there, and it's a wild time.
So do y'all do
More.
this like for like theme proms?
This is specifically for like bars,
Bars,
and
okay.
clubs, yep, or
Oh.
breweries. We've got some breweries in there, but it's 4 hours of absolute madness. I mean, like, you know, it goes from everything from like full on sing-alongs to it's a punk show. It's like pop punk show. People, you know, moshing, like it's crazy.
No way.
I love it.
Oh yeah. It is nuts.
Pardon
It's
me.
it's a good time. It's a
So
good time though. So yeah, I also DJ too.
man,
I don't
you're all
stop,
over
you
the
guys. I
place.
don't stop.
Man of many talents.
Energizer Bunny.
Right,
So
just
John
like,
says he
"Do you
creates
sleep?"
images like on the cover of a romance novel.
Mhm.
And then Henry says stick together maybe 15 years, give or take. And Tanner, who is in a band, says
Let's
new
go,
fan,
Tanner. You play bass? Looks like you play bass.
love your content.
Thank you,
Yes.
Tanner.
All right, good. Okay, let's pivot back into your videos, into Richard's world, and you know everything.
Jamie loves Rich.
I really do.
Even though
So
he
I'm
has a
so
man
interested in a few things about this. So here's a couple things I want to cover, and you kind of, you know, since we're getting shorter on time, I kind of want to give you that. But I'm interested in the wardrobe for all your characters, and I'm also interested in how to say it. I don't know if the creative process is the right way to say it, but like everyone's playing the instrument. Are you playing the music we don't hear, or is the theme music, you know, is it being overlaid on something, or what? Like, how do you, are you just filming the piano or the keyboard scenes, and then you're going and filming all the saxophone scenes?
Those are
and
trade
then-
secrets, mister.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if
What
you
are
can
you
share any of that,
doing?
but I'm interested.
I have no,
in that
yeah, I have
stuff.
no problem
Okay.
telling how the sausage is made. So
Oh.
go ahead.
Another thing that he wants to ask you, and I know that he doesn't want to ask, but can Rich come in? can Rich come on to
We
the
have Rich
show?
on the show. Oh my god,
I don't know if you want Rich on the show. I feel like he's not.
dude!
I feel like he's not a great guy.
If you could put a good word in for us, that would be great, Brian. Okay.
He's very busy.
He
He's
could make our
very busy.
intro.
He's got a
He
lot.
could do our intro.
He's got a lot of things to do. I don't know. We'll see. I'll have to talk to him.
Oh my goodness. Mr.
I'm
Pineapple
just a band.
frozen.
I'm just a lowly band member, you know.
Have his people call our people.
Yes, absolutely,
Brian.
absolutely. You know, his catchphrase is "money talks." So,
There you go.
So the thing with playing the instruments, a lot of the parts for the songs I will sit here and actually figure out beforehand. Not like well enough to play live, but well enough so that I can hit the right frets or the right strings when I need to. It's not always like an exact science. Like I can play most things by ear pretty well.
Oh,
So
wow.
so if I pick up a guitar and I'm hearing a part in Pokemon, I'm just gonna find the where I need to play on the neck and just do that a few times. Like the like individual parts, like there are parts where I will listen back to a song and hear one little keyboard tap or one interesting guitar bend or one bass slide or something, like something like that, and then I'll lock in on that and be like, okay, I got to hit this, and I'll do that 10 times to get that right.
Mhm.
So every single piece is it's an art in itself, making it look as close to me playing it as possible.
Yeah, for sure.
But most of the things, like I figure out loosely. I would say, like, figure out like the guitar parts loosely. Pokemon, pretty easy to play on guitar. Like, I figured that out pretty quickly. So like, yeah, I'm not playing the guitar in there, but I'm playing the Pokemon part on the guitar in that video. The keyboard, I am not a keyboard player. I'm just banging keys. That's the guitar,
that's me.
like
I can
guitar,
do that part.
piano. I can put something together if you
If
hand
you
me
need
a
to.
piano or a keyboard. But like, I'm not figuring out all the keyboard and piano parts for that, because that would
Insane.
be insane. I'm sure somebody can, Charlie Puth probably, but not
He is so good at that
but
stuff.
not me.
Oh my gosh.
Charlie Puth is not a person. He's a robot.
He's an alien.
Dude, his perfect pitch, you could play a chord. You could play like a 3-note chord, and he'll be like, oh, that's an F sharp, an A minor, G flat. And it's just like, what? Like,
shut
who
up,
can do that?
Charlie.
He's got perfect
Not
pitch.
very many people.
He's got perfect pitch.
Okay,
So-
so then let me real quick. Let me share the screen. I'm not gonna play anything from here because I don't want to get kicked off.
Oh, that's,
We got a nice flash going on.
that's
That's fun.
going. Please warn our viewers. That,
Our
flash-
epileptic
our
viewers,
epileptic
yeah.
viewers
Epilepsy
with the
warning, yeah.
flashing lights.
Maybe it's the neon on the page. It's too much for
So, Brian,
my computer to
while we
handle.
Scream.
While he's trying to figure that out, Brian, it
There we
sounds
go.
like you do. I would say like 5 to 6 hours for each video, at
Yep.
least. That's
Yep.
what I'm kind of.
I would say most of them are probably 5 hours. 5-6 is
Yeah.
a good
Wow.
estimation.
So
I have to do
here's-
every character. I have to change clothes multiple times. I have to, do every single, like, most of it's jackets. A lot of it is jackets. I'll throw on a jacket and I zip it, and then I
Who
change the
helped you get into
jacket.
Sailor Moon's outfit?
That would be my fiance, Kelsey.
Shout out, Kelsey.
So
Look, it
so
looks
this-
weird, but I absolutely loved it.
So this is the funny thing about being a creator on the internet who will do absolutely anything to get people to watch, is that I will dress up like a woman on the internet. I don't care. I will. So like, I've asked Kelsey multiple times. I'm like, how does my skirt look? How does like the whole, like, everything look? Like, she gave me blush. She gave me like a full, like, full makeup treatment. And there's multiple of those. Actually,
so not just the finished product, right?
you know what was a really good one?
What?
Metal Gear Solid 3. If you could find that one.
Are they labeled in here
They
somehow?
are labeled, but they're
They
not
are.
labeled on the computer. Oh, there you go. Yeah, go to Reels, scroll down to Metal Gear Solid 3. Because that one doesn't even have the
Oh, the first one I ever saw of you, I think, was the Bill Nye one. That's the one.
Bill
I
Nye
think.
was fun too.
It was
I like
awesome.
Bill Nye. Yeah, you might have to go down a little bit.
Keep going, man.
Tell me when it's out, because I'm trying to read through it and I'm not.
Slow down
Hold
just a
on.
When did
minute.
you
hold
start
on.
posting to TikTok? What year was it?
I-
Oh, here it is. Here it is.
I was actually on TikTok before TikTok was TikTok. It was
Oh, really?
Musically before that, and I was posting on there. So this was the original. This was the original outfit with just
Bye,
the
John.
scarf and the North
Nice.
Face. And then I was like, well, he's big money now. He's got to go. He's got to be wearing a suit. So this is Metal Gear Solid 3. It is a beautiful ensemble. It's an
It really
incredible
is.
song, and it's sung.
It really
it's
is.
sung amazingly. And I was like, well, I have to go all out.
Yeah, you did.
That's your boy.
Freaking Brian, dude.
That's your boy. Full gear. Full gear. Full
It's
bracelet.
freaking awesome,
I
though,
got the
Brian.
dangling earrings, and I made it. All the transitions are sexy. And I was asking,
Dude,
Kelsey,
I am
I
impressed.
was talking to Kelsey. I'm like, how? I'm like, how many couples go through this where they're like, please help me with my makeup and my dress, and I need to get on the internet in front of a bunch of people.
She is so awesome, Brian. She is
Dude,
awesome.
she is, well,
dude.
that Shelf Pleasure podcast. That's her. So,
Oh, it's hers.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to give it. I'm gonna have to look for it so that I can give her a prop.
Creator household now.
Did you happen to ask her when you were in one of those dresses, does this make my butt look big?
I am very well known for having a huge butt.
He's got some junk in the trunk.
That is true. That's a
She's
true
like,
fact.
yes, he is.
That is a true fact. I don't know why. But maybe it's genetics.
You were
but
just
I
blessed
do
that
have-
way, Brian. Just
Yeah,
own it. Just own it.
I'm thick with 4 C's. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man. Okay, look. I wish we could do several things. I want to play some of these and get more. It's getting late. I want to be respectful of everyone's time. I know that our guests, you've got things to do. I know you're in a time zone ahead of us, even.
Yeah.
But
Damn,
right
I'm
now
in the
for you, it's
future right
11.
now.
Yeah.
It's past
But listen,
his bedtime.
Before we start wrapping up all the way, Brian, I wanted to give you a chance to kind of take the screen and actually just kind of share whatever it is you want to share with everyone. If you got a nice recipe, if you got some goodwill you want to put out in the world, if you want to do some shameless self-promotion, this is your opportunity to do that. Okay,
Selfish self-promotion.
it's
You
all
guys
good.
are awful. I get my stuff. Selfish promotion. I love that you guys have told me multiple times now if you have a recipe to share. Like if you have like has anyone
They're,
ever
like,
shared
dying.
a recipe?
No one has ever.
All right, so
shared
here's
it.
a recipe for an incredible beer cheese. Ready?
Oh,
Snap. You're gonna take. Go ahead, write this down. Get a pen, guys.
I
Get a
am
pen.
actually.
Okay, you're gonna
Recording
take a block of Velveeta. Right? You're gonna get the big one. Don't get the little one because you're gonna want to eat a lot of this stuff. You're gonna get a block of Velveeta. You're gonna get the blue cheese crumbles in the little blue cheese crumbly Tupperware, I guess is what they would put it in. You're going to get an 8-ounce thing of sour cream, okay, and a little bit of Frank's Red Hot. Am I missing anything? I don't think I'm missing anything. You're gonna crock pot all of those. You're gonna crock pot the Velveeta. You're gonna crock pot the sour cream. You're gonna crock pot the blue cheese. Just mix it in there. Oh, and the best part, you get to add a half a bottle of beer because it's beer cheese. So it's a really nice. It gives it a really nice whatever beer you got in your fridge. IPA. You got a Bud Light, whatever. A little bit of beer in there. Mix that all together. Let that get all nice and melty. Put in your hot sauce as well, and then put a little scallions on top, a little green onion, and then dip like a pretzel or like just some crusty bread in there. Bomb.
Nice.
Crazy. Crazy.
Dude.
I'm telling you. I know some people are like have an aversion to like sour cream but you don't.
Or to dairy, just
Or
in
to
general.
dairy, you don't want this. Then this is a nightmare for you. But I'm telling you, the beer cheese with the Velveeta, blue cheese, sour cream, hot sauce, and a little bit of beer in there. You mix that together, it is like just a delicious salty cheese that's just like
Our very first recipe.
I was about to. Yeah. I'm so excited that it was you who gave us our very first recipe.
Make it.
And I'm gonna make it probably this weekend
dude,
so that I can bring it up on
You gotta
Monday.
try it. You can look it up too. It's called Kraft Buffalo Beer Dip if you wanted to
No,
look up the
it's
actual recipe.
Brian Blackmore.
But you can use my recipe too. Other than that, please follow me on TikTok. Follow me on Instagram. I stream on Twitch. So if you like I guess if you like watching me, you can watch on Twitch. Other than that, there's music on Spotify if you're into 80s synthwave stuff, or maybe you're into comedy rap.
Listen to it.
Yeah, there's also that, and I've got some new music coming out, so stay
It was first
tuned.
announced here. It was
I
first
cannot wait
announced
to hear
here.
The first announcement was here, which is actually kind of stressful because now I actually have to drop it.
Now you
what I
gotta
mean?
finish it.
Like now I made it real.
Right, now it's real. Now you've got to follow through. You got to do the thing.
But that's okay, because we're going to be super excited when you do drop it and we get to hear it, man. And so, yeah, I'm so happy. Brian, cannot tell you thank you enough for
Yes,
coming on
Brian.
tonight and hanging
Thank
out
you so
with
much.
us. I hope that you enjoyed it. I think our audience is going to enjoy it. And for those of you who are going to be listening to this after the live taping, please remember, go check out Brian's social medias. Go to Spotify, go to YouTube, go to Instagram, TikTok, everywhere, and just give him a shout out. And I hope you enjoy him as much as we have here.
Awesome.
Thank you
So-
guys. It
Thank
was
you,
really
Brian.
great. It was really great. It was a lot of fun. A lot
When's
of
the next
laughs.
time we're going to get to watch the next reel? So you dropped one today. When's the next
Dude,
one?
I
you think
have
we're gonna
I
get to
have
see?
a fire reel, Captain Planet. It's not
No.
it's not done yet because I still need to get some of the costume pieces for it. But just a little sprinkle
Little
of
teaser.
anticipation
Little teaser.
here.
Yes,
I
can't wait.
Earth, Fire, Wind, Water, Heart. I was like, how do I do that? Right? I can't be all of those characters. It's a very diverse cast.
Good night,
Um,
God.
Good night,
So
Rodimus.
I got 5 TikTokers, big TikTokers,
Oh,
to be.
The collab.
Shut up! No
Yep.
way.
So you guys will have to wait and see who those are. But it is awesome. I just got the last video tonight, so I'm like super excited about
Oh,
these.
how
I can't wait
cool.
to
I had
see
to go
this,
into
man.
I had to go into the city for one. I had to go I went to a comedy show in the city for one of them. So it's New York City,
Wow.
not like.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's this one should be really excellent, and I'm really excited.
can't wait.
These
I'm
people are
excited.
these people who were, were very very generous with hopping on, and
nice.
I'm
man.
just like I'm some little guy. I still feel like I'm a little guy,
You're
and
not.
like
You're
and
not a
like I
little guy.
reach out, and I'm like, hi, can you would you mind saying Earth? You saying Earth and holding up a ring?
Right. So does one of them have a small hand?
Yeah.
She's known for having a small hand. That'd be
I can't wait to find out. I
Yeah,
can't wait
I
to
wanna
find
see.
out. Oh man. Okay. All right, Brian. Love you, man. Okay, we're gonna put you in the green room. Don't go anywhere though. We're gonna be right back. We're gonna wrap up the show and then hang out for a little bit in the after show. Okay.
Thank
Cool.
you for being on, Brian. We appreciate
Thanks,
it.
Thanks very
Brian.
much,
Thank
Brian.
you.
Why do we find people that are like super, super talented and just make me feel like I'm just down below?
Because that's what we do.
I mean, Cindy wrote a book and has a podcast and a very successful Facebook page. CPJ runs an awesome business. Her art is amazing. And then we've got Brian Blackmore here, who's just killing it
Yeah.
with his reels.
We have a
Joe and I are
mean,
waiting for our part.
I'm just waiting. Just
Sandy has what?
John Harville is this amazing photographer. Sean writes some really
He uses,
comebacks.
He
Yeah.
uses all of the O's. He's got all of
You know what?
those.
If we go back and look at who used the most vowel,
Tanner
it would be.
plays some instrument here.
So anyway, that guys,
Solid show. Enjoyed having him on. Amazing.
isn't it? He was
Like I'm
yeah.
like trying not to blush, and I think I've just been blushing
Yeah.
the whole time.
So you need to talk to him about getting us an intro or an outro.
See,
so.
right.
He did
I'm gonna-
say many talks, so
He
y'all
did
best
say money talks, so make
Y'all
sure that
best
you
be-
all, so start really, really low to insult him.
Look, my Venmo, everyone. Our Venmo is at the Pineapple Project.
stop it. Stop.
if you put money in there, we might go out and afford
It's for
to
the
pay.
children.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. You know what?
Children.
JPineapple 123 because mine is frozen.
There you go. So if you want to send it to me, that's fine. At JPineapple123, I will start collecting a little bit so that we can
Sell
get a
some
neat
comic
intro.
books. Sell so we can afford
Hush
it.
your mouth, girl.
He sells some comics.
Go sell some White Claw.
You could trade him
I
some
can
comics.
drink.
He's a big fan. What-
That's true. Oh snap!
That one with the body. Just
I need to
earlier.
see which one
one-
he. What's up? Maybe he's got something he wants to trade me with. We'll see. Anyway, everyone, really excited that y'all got to hang out with us. We are going. We're just going to have our weekend like everyone else.
Have
That's
a
all
good
we're doing.
Easter.
Yeah.
Be safe.
Oh, yeah, Good Friday and Good Easter.
Come back next Monday
And
because I
live
do
long and
believe
prosper.
we have a guest on Monday
We do.
who
So that
is.
bowling alley. Then you only have to do one transaction. Sell one of your solar panels.
Ooh. Okay, so I've got. Oh, so next week we've got. Is that April 20th next week, guys?
That's on a Wednesday, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be here, but I'll let y'all know.
Oh, okay, so next Wednesday we've got Chef Cassandra Jones. Who
Your wish is
on-
going to come true. I'm not going to be here.
Oh, that's not a wish I had, Sandy. But if you're not here, look.
we
So
have it
I
in
need
print.
you
We
here
have it
because
in
it's going to
print.
be fun. So Chef Cassandra's going to be
Oh,
here.
we
She
need
is
you
one of the.
here.
She's one of the people on
Darn.
Fried Food Dynasties.
Fantasy. Oh, dynasty. Different show.
Fried Food Dynasties. She is famous at the Texas State Fair for making the fried collard greens. That's what her claim to fame is. They look delicious on the show, and she makes other things too, but that's her main thing. Anyway, so she's going to be on next week. I think this week or next week is going to be the last episode, so we might be able to get some
Juicy
tidbits.
details.
Yeah, on the after show or spaces in between. So I don't know which network you can find that streaming on. I'll look and I'll post it up on the Facebook page, but see if you can find it. Fried Food Dynasties. Okay?
You should fry some collard greens and you have a competition with her. That'd be great.
I'm not gonna win at all.
That's
She-
okay. We know you're not. We saw
Oh,
your
okay.
cake.
Okay.
I didn't mean it like that. Anyway, we gotta go.
We
Brian.
gotta
We
go.
love you all. Okay.
Good night,
Let me find
everybody.
the exits. Let me find the. How do I close out? Give me 1 second. On.
Toodles.
All
Don't
right.
forget to eat
All right. Love you guys. Bye.